Hello, and thank you for joining us for this presentation on Enrollment Manager document management. This presentation is going to give you an overview of documentation options that exist today within Enrollment Manager, as well as introduce specific functionality that we are rolling out called Enrollment Manager Document Management. We'll also do a quick demonstration and have opportunities for you to ask questions. So first, let's give a quick review of the document management options that are available for Enrollment Manager. There are three different options that are available. First one is one that's been part of the product since the very beginning, and that's the ability to attach documents to records in Enrollment Manager. If you open up any person record or opportunity record, you'll see a paperclip icon that allows you to attach a document directly to that document. And we think this is a good option for one-off kinds of documents that may not be needed across the board for every student, but occasionally you might have a student that sends you a portfolio that you want to attach to their record, or maybe a high school will send you a document that talks about their high school profile. And you want to attach that to the high school record inside of Enrollment Manager. Doing those kinds of things works really well with the document attachments. There are some downsides, though, to using the document attachment function for larger scale document management. First of all, those documents don't actually get stored as a file. They get stored in binary code in the database. And what that means is that it does bloat your database quite a bit. Most databases for Enrollment Manager are relatively small and very efficient, but if you start adding lots and lots of documents to that database, the database itself is going to get larger, which means ultimately the performance of the database won't be quite as good. And because these documents are being stored as code rather than documents, there's no indexing or versioning or anything like that associated with it. So it's pretty much, like I said before, just a good option for kind of one-off, occasional document management, but really nothing more than that. A second option is to use document imaging, and we do have a number of clients that have imaging systems, and this past year we rolled out a specific functionality that allows you to integrate document imaging systems such as the solution from ImageNow with Enrollment Manager. So document imaging would be a third-party solution. This would be something you'd have to contract with another company like ImageNow to associate with Enrollment Manager, but it's a good option because it does offer full document management kinds of functionality, as well as keeping the storage of your documents completely separate from Enrollment Manager, which is always a good option. So document imaging may offer some good advantages for you, particularly if your entire campus uses an imaging system. The third option that we're going to talk about today is Enrollment Manager document management. This is functionality that's being rolled out in 2012 for Enrollment Manager clients, and it uses Microsoft SharePoint as a storage solution. And if you're not familiar with Microsoft SharePoint, it's designed to do document management. So from the ground up, it was built as a document repository system. It does a lot of other things as well, but that's one of its core competencies. So it's a great technology for using document management. And since Microsoft built both the Enrollment Manager platform and SharePoint, we're able to offer some really tight integration between the two. In fact, you don't even really know that you're using SharePoint. Everything can be done completely inside of Enrollment Manager. The advantage of that is you do have full document management functionality, and that includes things like indexing and searching, which we'll see a little bit of in a bit, version control or versioning, which allows you to update documents that are in the system, and but without losing prior versions of the document. as well as the ability to check data or check documents in and out. So if you have multiple people that might be editing documents, you can check them out one at a time and manage different versions that way. Another advantage of this is that SharePoint offers you the ability to view documents online without having Microsoft Office installed. So let's say you're at a conference using an internet kiosk and you're checking on a student record and you want to open a document. Even if that kiosk doesn't have Microsoft Office installed, you can still open up Word files and PDFs and things like that to be able to view the documents without having any additional software installed. Documents that you store in Enrollment Manager are automatically going to be grouped by person. So let's say you're uploading documents specific to an opportunity record. It stores it as a part of that opportunity, but inside of SharePoint you also have the ability to see all the documents for a given person. So regardless of which opportunity maybe it was created for. So really nice functionality there. And lastly, this solution offers integrated security, so you don't have to maintain a separate type of security for documentation. We have security roles set up specifically for this, so you can just let us know who needs to have access to create documents or upload documents in Enrollment Manager, or anybody that might need delete privileges for that. We can manage all of that on your behalf as part of your Enrollment Manager security. So just as a review of the three different options that we talked about, the first column are for doing document attachments directly in Enrollment Manager. Second option is if you're using an imaging system, and the third option if you're using this new document management function. All three of them offer one important thing, and that's being able to access documents right from within an entity. So if you're opening up an opportunity, you see the data, the files that you might need associated with that student, and really all three of them offer that in one form or another. The differences come when you dig a little bit deeper, opening documents on the web, as I mentioned, as well as search functions. So since this is built into Enrollment Manager, this functionality allows you to use Advanced Find to find specific records with documents attached, and we'll take a look at that in a minute and some of the options that are available. The integrated security that I mentioned, and the second two options also offer the ability to search document contents. So if you're storing documents in a PDF or a Word document or whatever kind of format it might be, the document management function is actually going to be indexing the contents of each document, which allow more robust searching options. I mentioned some of the document versioning, check-in and check-out, and then finally making sure that the data storage is completely separate. And with the Enrollment Manager document management system, this data files are kept on a completely separate server, stored completely outside of your production Enrollment Manager data, which allows you to keep performance as nimble as possible with Enrollment Manager, but still keeping access to these files as well. So now let's take a quick demonstration of what this functionality looks like. So I'm going to open up Enrollment Manager. And this is Enrollment Manager for Greenville University. And for Greenville, I'm going to go ahead and open up a student's record. This is an opportunity for Jessica Northlake. And you'll see here everything that should look very familiar to you if you use Enrollment Manager already, all the entities that you're familiar with the addition of one new menu item over here on the left, and that's for documents. And if you select that, you'll see that a new window opens up here, which includes a list of documents. So this is the documentation that has been uploaded specifically for Jessica's record. So the documents that you see here are being stored in a part of Enrollment Manager, but separate from the Enrollment Manager database. So these are actually stored in SharePoint. And you'll see we've got three different documents that are available here. I can open any one of those documents to review them if I wish, or I can easily add new documents as well. Now these documents are available to anybody who's been granted permissions to see them. So to see how I might interact with this, I'll go ahead and click Add if I'm going to add a new document to this database. And you'll see I have the option here to browse my desktop to locate a single file, or there's also an option to upload multiple files at once. For this demonstration, I'm just going to browse for one particular document. So in this case, I have a document on my desktop. Jessica has sent us an essay. So I'm just going to upload that essay directly to her record. So now you'll see we have a new file that's available to us within Jessica's record. Now everything we've done so far has been completely within Enrollment Manager. If we want to see these documents over in SharePoint, we can do that as well by clicking on the Open SharePoint button. And what that does is open up a SharePoint window, which is going to give me the same view of all of this information. Now, why would we want to do that? Why do we need to see it here? Well, we really don't. Most of the functionality is completely within Enrollment Manager. There are some additional features with SharePoint that you can take advantage of by doing it here. For instance, if I look at my library here, you'll see that I can very easily create alerts so that anytime anything changes with these documents, I get an email alert. I can also export information to Excel or open this, this information in Windows Explorer. So lots of different options here that are available to me if I'm inside the SharePoint environment. I also have the ability within SharePoint to do searching. So for instance, if I can be at the root directory of SharePoint, and if I search for the word transcript, I will see any transcripts that have been uploaded into the system, including information about each student. And you'll see here it's going to give me a preview of the content of each of those documents. So that can be helpful just to see what kind of data is in the system. And I could put additional information in here as well. If I knew I was looking for a transcript just for Jessica Northlake, I can include that level of detail here, and all of that would appear in my results. And I'm able to open those directly. The other things I can do directly from within Enrollment Manager, I can create new documents that automatically get attached to, in this case, this record for Jessica, as well as other SharePoint functions like deleting or editing documents. So all of that now is within Enrollment Manager. Now what I'm going to do next is show you some of the additional things you can do with searching functions. Obviously I can search from right here if I'm just looking for records of hers that might include an essay. I can do a search directly there. I can also use Advanced Find to help me find any documents that may have been uploaded recently, or any data that's been stored in the documents. So in Advanced Find, you'll see a new option for document locations. And I've already created an Advanced Find just as an example. This Advanced Find is going to look for any new documents that have been uploaded in the last 7 days. And these would be any documents related to Fall 12 opportunities. So if I click on Results here, you'll see some of the data that's been uploaded recently, specifically for Fall 12 opportunities. And so far that's just been for one student. They've all been attached to Jessica. But again, I can click directly to her record and see the documents that have been uploaded specifically for her. So that gives you just a brief overview of the types of things you can do with Enrollment Manager document management. This feature is now available for all clients of Enrollment Manager. There are some additional costs involved with deploying this option, as it does require an additional server, but we think the pricing on this is very, very reasonable, particularly compared to most document management systems, and we think it's a great option for you to explore. If you're interested in more information on this, you can just contact the support team or your services representative. So we want to thank you for attending this session, and we look forward to seeing you soon.